I'm Fleur McIntyre, assistant coach for the Sydney Kings. I think the first thing I do is I don't really read a lot of the media when I'm in this job. Not that I'm subject to criticism too much as assistant coach, but I think people can be exceptionally harsh behind a keyboard, and some of the targeted things that get said about our organisation and our players. I just don't put myself in those situations. Those comments don't affect me, but I also just don't want to read them as well. So I tend to not read a lot of the media about the Sydney Kings or about our team. I think for me personally, whilst I love basketball, it's a lot and we're in it each and every day. It consumes you when you're in the NBL season and for a lot of the off season as well. So I make sure that I find time for the things that I love and things that take my mind off basketball and the Sydney Kings and the NBL a lot of the time. So for me, that's music. So I think those little tips take care of my self-care and my mental health when it tends to get high pressure, high stress, and I make sure I find moments in my day for those things. It's tough. I think wearing different hats a lot of the time, I think that compounds and can add to your stress levels. Sometimes you feel like you're juggling 3 or 4 balls in the air and sometimes one slips. So I think when that happens and when you're trying to learn continuously, I always try and self-reflect on things that I think I've done well and perhaps things that I haven't done quite so well. And not just why, but how I would repair that and how I would fix it. So there's certain things that I think identifying with yourself each day, each week, and each season that you're trying to get better at, but also understanding as well, no one is perfect. I'm a big fan of not doing everything alone. And I think that when you're wearing a lot of hats, you call on the expertise that are around you. I've learnt so much off the coaching staff, off Luke, and I think that's where you tend to grow, being around people that are different to you, that are diverse to you, and I learn just as much off these players as I hope that they learn off me as well.